Hello! How are you? I'm so glad you're in music class today. Thanks for coming. So let's start out music class. I have a couple of announcements to make first. The first one, I had a video submitted to me of Kota doing his music lesson last week. I just want to say thank you so much to Kota for doing your music. I also have a fantastic picture that I have permission to show you from Alice. She drew this picture right here. It's a bow and a violin that she drew. I think it's just wonderful. Great job, Alice. And also, I met two kiddos at the grocery store this week. And because I've never met you in person, but you know what I look like, they surprised me. And I got to meet Arabella in the 2nd grade, and I got to meet Maverick in the 3rd grade. And it was so great to get to see them at the grocery store. How fun is that? So if you ever see me out and about at the grocery store, please say hi and introduce yourself because I would love to meet you in person. All right, so it is a new month. It is the month of October. We had a song for last month, Sunday Best. This month we have a new song, and we're going to learn a little bit of it right now. And it's called My Personal Code. Do you have any ideas about what the song might be about? Personal code. Oh, do you see the hints behind me? Yeah, are you reading them? Let's see. Character. Principles. Is it like Mrs. Foster, our building principal? No, it's a different kind of principle. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. Attitude and excellence. Notice how there are 4 things in different colors: character, principles, attitude, and excellence. And they kind of go in line with our Fantastic Four that we have here at Edison, right? So, well, let's learn a little bit. So, repeat after me, please. Character is part of my code. Your turn. Character is part of my code. My turn. Principles are part of my code. Your turn. Principles are part of my code. My turn. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. Your turn. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. Great job. Then we go down to here with attitude. My turn. Attitude is part of my code. Your turn. Attitude is part of my code. My turn. Excellence is part of my code. Your turn. Excellence is part of my code. Together now. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. Again. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. Okay, do you want to sing a little bit of it? I'll do my turn. Maybe I'll slow it down just a touch. Okay, so let's see. So character, it goes like this. Character is part of my code. Your turn. Character is part of my code. My turn. Principles are part of my code. Your turn. Principles are part of my code. My turn. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. Your turn. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. Let's stop there and do that much. Now, what are we talking about? Character. That is all the things that make up who you are, like your personality. Are you kind, generous, shy, funny, kind of a clown a little bit? Those are part of your character, okay? Principles. Those are the things that you think are right. Maybe it's standing up for someone in your class because you think it's right. Okay? Waiting your turn because you think it's the right thing to do. Or being honest with the teacher when you say you accidentally broke something. That's part of your principles. All right? So that's what we're singing about. Okay, let's do it a couple times together. Just the character and principles verse. Okay, shall we try it? Character is part of my code. Principles are part of my code. Can we do just that much again? Okay, you're doing excellent. Let's do it together. Ready, here we go. Character is part of my code. Principles are part of my code. Let's keep going. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. Great job. Okay, we're going to do that much again, and then we're going to go on to the attitude part, and it's going to be just like the character part. Okay, so from the beginning, from character, can we try it there? Here we go. Ready, and character is part of my code. Principles are part of my code. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. Attitude is part of my code. Excellence is part of my code. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. And then we do a different part of a song. So, yay! Hey, great job. Should we do it one more time with some funky feeling? Can you do it with some feeling? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Character is part of my code. Principles is part of my code. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. Attitude is part of my code. Excellence is part of my code. I decide my personal code and I follow it each day. Yay, great job. Hello to you. Thank you so much for joining me in music class today. I'm your music teacher, Mrs. Flerschinger, and today we are going to focus a little bit on speaking rhythm. I have a fun little poem for you, but what I really want you to notice on my board here, I have a bunch of different words written out, but up at the top, I have this number. It's a 6 and an 8. We're going to call that the time signature. In music, that's what it is. It kind of looks like a fraction, right? Are you doing fractions in math class right now? Some of you are. Right. So our time signature kind of looks like a fraction, a 6 over an 8. It's sort of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's kind of like a dance. So I'm going to demonstrate that in a little poem that I have for you today. Okay? Here it goes. I'll speak the poem and then we'll keep the beat. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's what you've always heard them say. But what if the apples were rhythms today? Would it keep him away when he hears us play? Okay, so now I'm going to keep the rhythm, and can you join me? Just a steady beat. 1, 2, ready. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's what you've always heard them say. But what if the apples were rhythms today? Would it keep him away when he hears us play? All right, If you were in my music class today, like actually in the classroom, we would get out instruments and we would play this on our instruments. But we don't have that choice right now, so I'm going to ask you just to play on your lap. Can you say it with me, or part of it anyways? Here we go. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's what they've always heard them say. But what if the apples were rhythms today? Would it keep him away when he hears us play? All right, it's a mouthful, isn't it? Well, up on the board, I wrote different kinds of apples. And I bet you can think of some more than this, but here's just a few of them.
Pippin, Macintosh, Pink Lady, that's one of my favorites. Rotten Apple, Candy Apple, Jonathan, Red Delicious. I think there's also a Yellow Delicious. Rome, Gala, Fuji, Johnny Gold, Caramel Apple, Granny Smith, Winesap. There's actually a road out in Mountain Freewater called Winesap Road. It's a type of apple. And Crab Apple. So, there's different types of apples up there. So here's what we're going to do.
I'm going to say the poem, and then at the end, I want to see if you can add 4 different of these kinds of apples. Can you speak them while keeping the beat? So what I'm looking for is kind of this. So if I said the poem, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's what you've always heard them say. But what if the apples were rhythms today? Would it keep him away when he hears us play? Macintosh, Gala, John a Gold, Caramel Apple, Red Delicious. That was 4, I think. Did I do 4? Did you count? That's kind of what I'm looking for. You're going to pick 4 different apples to say in rhythm. You get to make up the rhythm, but you have to pick 4. All right? So let's try it again, and I'm going to leave space for you to say your own 4. Okay? Let's try it. Here I go. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's what you've always heard them say. But what if the apples were rhythms today? Would it keep him away when he hears us play? All right, did you get 4 in? You know, I think I'm going to change some of these words. It says the doctor away when he hears us play. It could be a he or a she. The doctor, my doctor's a she. So I might say he or she and change it. So don't worry about that if you hear me say something different. All right, I'm not quite sure you got all 4 in or that you knew what to do. So let's do it one more time together. I'm going to pick 4. Let's pick, we're going to go up this way. So let's pick Winesap, Crab Apple, Pink Lady, Rotten, in that order. We'll say them together at the end of the poem, okay? That's our last practice time, and then you'll have to pick 4 of your own, okay? You ready? Here I go. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's what you've always heard them say. But what if the apples were rhythms today? Would it keep her away when she hears us play? Ready, go. Winesap, Crab Apple, Pink Lady, Rotten. Okay, so we did those 4 together. So now you're going to do your own 4. I don't care which 4. Maybe you want to go Jonathan, Candy Apple, Gala, Fuji, Caramel Apple, Granny Smith. Doesn't matter to me. You're going to pick your 4. And if you're really brave, you'll film it and send it to me so I can hear your 4 choices. I'll give a shout out in our next class, okay? Just for you. Are you ready? Okay. 1, 2, here I go. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's what you've always heard them say. But what if the apples were rhythms today? Would it keep her away when she hears us play? How'd you do? All right. Rhythms are fun to play with, and it's more fun when we're in person and we can all be together. But I hope that you got a little bit of rhythm and a little bit of a feeling for a 6/8 time signature today. Have a great day, and don't forget to click on the link down below for more music.